Morning. These are your Tribune Highlights for Friday, January 9th, 2026. Brought to you by your daily Bahamas headlines, especially for people on the go and those who are visually impaired. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and your WhatsApp channels. Our top story: the Court of Appeal has more than doubled the prison term for a man who brutally attacked his former partner. He originally received 12 years after shooting the woman, beating her, and threatening her family during a 2021 argument. Judges described the assault as deliberate and vicious, saying the initial sentence grossly understated the crime's severity. They increased his punishment to 25 years, noting that his good character and personal circumstances could not outweigh the gravity of the offense. The victim suffered permanent injuries, and the ruling signals a tougher stance on violence against women. House Speaker Patricia DeVoe has confirmed she will seek renomination in Bamboo Town. She acknowledged she isn't perfect, but said she remains a dedicated representative and has no plans to step aside, defending her record on community projects and accessibility. The widower of Kenice Darville, who died last March, is calling for sweeping reforms at Princess Margaret Hospital after fresh allegations of neglect. Jared Darville said recent reports reopened old wounds and insisted that a new hospital must come with accountability and better staffing, not just a new building. The owner of Primetime Nightclub says rising overheads and what he calls an uneven playing field forced him to close the 14-year-old venue. He plans to convert it into a restaurant and lounge aimed at a more mature crowd, while criticizing enforcement practices that, he says, penalize small operators and let larger ones off the hook. In Mayaguana, residents are divided over whether a new St. James constituency boundary cut was necessary or politically motivated. Some welcome improved representation, while others accuse the government of gerrymandering. Dr. Dwayne Sands has labeled the Bahamas Brightest China Cataract Surgery Initiative a project management failure after long lines and delays frustrated elderly patients. The Chinese embassy said it remains committed to performing more than 2,000 free operations despite logistical hurdles. January is National Human Trafficking Prevention Month. A Bahamian-born attorney now based in the U.S. is using her legal expertise to help victims one case at a time. She warns that trafficking often occurs within communities, not just across borders, and urges Bahamians to wear blue on January 11th to raise awareness and support local services. In business, the Bahamas Contractors Association warns construction costs may rise this year due to potential supply chain disruptions linked to U.S. sanctions on Venezuela and broader shipping uncertainties. The Fly Fishing Industry Association is urging the government to maintain existing cruising and fishing fees to fund marine enforcement, despite complaints from some charter operators. Private sector groups are pushing for amendments to cruising permit rules and tax administration to help local operators attract more Palm Beach visitors. Meanwhile, a partner in the planned $300 million Mayaguana Port project insists the consortium is Bahamian-owned, not the controversial I Group, and says transparency is key to moving forward. Opposition figures have criticized the government over reports that police officers temporarily lost medical coverage because of unpaid insurance premiums. National Security Minister Wayne Monroe denies owing Kalina Insurance $100 million, saying coverage is still active, but the Free National Movement is demanding clarity. Doctors at Princess Margaret Hospital also say they've waited months for their own health insurance to take effect. The Public Hospitals Authority insists the policy remains in place, blaming administrative delays. Looking further afield, Lebanon's economy minister says the country's financial recovery depends on improved security and political reforms. RF Bank and Trust aims to grow its mutual funds by $100 to $75 million to approach $1 billion in assets, while charter yacht operators warn that fee collection confusion is harming compliance. Business columnist Ian Ferguson reminds companies to guard against cash flow volatility, cyber threats, supply chain fragility, and underinvestment in marketing as they navigate 2026. As a reminder, the next edition of the Tribune will be published on Tuesday due to the Majority Rule Day holiday. To read these stories in full and explore additional coverage, pick up a copy of the Tribune or visit tribune242.com. Staying informed empowers us all to make better decisions and build a stronger community. Enjoy your day, be blessed, and be a blessing.